Anika speaks Hindi at home and learns English mostly at school. Many classmates have lived in English for years, even before they entered a classroom. In 7th grade English class, Mrs. Sharma assigns a passage filled with words like contemplate and sovereignty. Others can infer meaning from familiarity. Anika hits a wall every few sentences. She thinks CONTEM, plate? That looks like some kind of plate, maybe? And SOVERE, auntie, could be the name of an auntie she hasn't met yet? She smiled to herself. She reads slowly not because her brain processes language slowly, but because she is reading and translating at the same time. Her teacher marks her as a slow reader. In 6th grade math, students are learning how to add and subtract fractions. Marcus never fully understood fractions in 4th grade, but he was passed along. Today he is quietly convinced fractions were invented to make children suffer. When he's called on, he gives the wrong answer. Mr. Miller nods in disappointment and moves to another student. The class moves on, leaving Marcus behind, labeled slow in math. In 7th grade life science, Mr. Smith is explaining mitochondria. Jaylen is still trying to picture what a cell looks like. In his head, it's a bowl of soup with vegetables floating inside. When asked to repeat what was just said, he confidently replies, "A cell is like vegetable soup with carrots and peas." The class laughs. Mr. Smith says they moved past cells 10 minutes ago and are now discussing mitochondria. Jaylen nods and wonders, are mitochondria then the vegetables? Mr. Smith makes a note that Jaylen needs to pace up. Anika begins documenting the stories of elderly neighbors who speak only Hindi. She interviews them with ease in the language she grew up breathing. Her bilingualism isn't a weakness here. It's the reason she's the right person for the project. She decides to create a bilingual illustrated book so that those who grew up in Hindi and those who live in English can sit with the same stories. She wants the book to belong to both worlds. It's harder than any timed reading test. But this time she isn't translating to keep up. She's translating so others can understand. Marcus decides to build a recipe scaling app for his grandmother. But he's stuck adjusting ingredients for more people. Mr. Mock asks, what changes when the serving size changes? Marcus studies the recipe again. If the people double, the amounts must grow. He works it out slowly, 1/2 becomes 1, 3/4 becomes 1.5, checking with measuring cups to see if it makes sense. The same fractions that once left him labeled slow now help him solve his own problem. The math hasn't changed. The purpose has. Jaylen becomes determined to figure out why his fish keep getting sick. He builds a simple water testing setup, collects samples, and looks through a microscope. This time, cells aren't diagrams on a board. They're moving, alive. He sketches them, researches them, learns which belong and which don't. The same boy once told to pace up is now the one refusing to move on until he understands. Anika found English inside a story. Marcus found fractions inside a recipe. Jaylen found cells inside a real problem. At Atelius, they were seen, they were understood. They were trusted to follow what mattered to them. And when learning became relevant and meaningful, nothing could stop them.